This is going to be a brief introduction to using openproj, the project management software with which you can create Gantt charts. First of all, find the folder where the openproj files are kept. Find there's a folder called, or a file called openproj.jar. That's the file you need to open. So double click, and the software opens, comes up with a tip which we don't need. We're going to create a new project, so I'll just press create project, give the project a name. I'm going to change the start date from the default one, which is today's date, we'll make that the 7th, press OK, and then openproj loads up an empty Gantt chart, and from this you just start putting in the tasks for the Gantt chart. I can just actually copy them from a Word document I've got here. Let's just get them started. It will go across cells on a Word table, should print OK in here. Let's just put in a couple more. So all I'm doing is entering tasks into the name column in openproj, and that's the name of the task. Now some of these tasks, here we've got summary tasks at the top, design overall system. Within the summary task design overall system there are some subtasks, these two here. In openproj you only plan, enter day's duration and start day's dependencies on the subtasks. Basically the summary task just changes dependent on what's happening with the subtask. But we have to tell openproj that these are subtasks, this one's a summary task and these are subtasks. The way you do it is just highlight the two subtasks, press the indent button, and what happens is they're then put within this summary task. As you can see, they can just click on it to actually get them appearing or not appearing. We're going to do the same thing with this one, which is, this is the summary task, these three are subtasks. So highlight the three subtasks, click on the indent, and we have a summary task and subtasks. Then we're going to enter some durations. So the first task here is 2 days and the next one's 2 days, so you just enter the number 2. Design tables is 4, enter a 4, enter relationships is 0.5, half a day, and the last one, sorry, that should be half a day, and the last one is 2 days. So we've entered all our durations. As you can see, the Gantt chart started to be created. At the moment all the tasks start from the same date. I haven't changed the start date, and when you enter a new task, openproj defaults the date to the start of the project. I only really need the start date to be entered for the very first task, in this case the 7th of the 11th, because all the other tasks are linked to the first task in some way. They're all linked to each other, they've all got dependencies. For example, if we look here, oops, I can see that I've overwritten something on that one. If we look in the Word document where my tasks are listed, I can see that task number 2 is dependent on task number 1. What that means is task number 2 cannot start until task number 1 has finished. The way you do that in openproj is you create dependencies by highlighting the two tasks that you want to make dependent on each other or link together, and press the chain link. And what happens is you can see that task number 1, let's just get that off. My first task number 1 is now linked to task number 2, so the two of those have got a dependency, and I can do the same thing for these three tasks here. This task, for example, is dependent on that task there, and the only odd thing is that this task, build data dictionary, is dependent on two other tasks completing, so I have to enter two dependencies for that one. So I'm going to click on build data dictionary, click on the first one, it's dependent on, do the chain link, click on build data dictionary again, and click on the second task it's dependent on, which is entity relationships, and just click on the chain symbol. So now I've put in all the dependencies and my times, and openproj has created a very basic chart for me.